Hey group, how you doing? It's me, Joe. Hope you've had a great day. I've had a fantastic day. I got a lot of things done. However, I will tell you, I am now starting to get the creepy crud that a lot of people have seemed to have gotten. So unfortunately, I've got my Kleenex and I've got my tea, but it's still my Hollywood mug. You always have to keep looking on the bright side, even though stuff might be happening. And that's what I always talk about, and that's what I always want to share with you guys. We always have to keep on the bright side. But what I wanted to talk about tonight was we want to hold our clients accountable. So when we have clients, let's go back. So when I first started my virtual assistant business, I took on anybody and everything. I didn't care what kind of work I cared what kind of work it was, but if I didn't know how to do it, I went and found how to do it. And then I got this client who was a referral to me of a very good client of mine. So she was a referral and she hired me. And one thing I did as a virtual assistant, and you guys, I highly recommend you guys to do this too. Hey Troy, how you doing? Is when a client is looking at hiring you, I would go and I would do a interview. They're going to interview you, you interview them. If they're not a right fit for you, don't take them on, because all it's going to do, it's going to give your life a living you know what. So when I took on this client, and she was, hey Melissa, how you doing? She was pretty gung-ho. She admitted she had this, but she had ADHD, so attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. Hey Troy. Hi Linda, how you doing? And so anyway, she had this ADHD, and it was bad. And I didn't realize how bad it was until I really started working with her. And then one Saturday, I decided to go to the mall with my mom. And it was about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I get this phone call from her. And my mom goes, "You're not going to take that, are you? Hey Liz, how you doing?" And I said, "Yeah, I have to, because I'm still trying to, really impress clients for my business, and I really wanted to impress this gal." Well, she said, "I want this done right now, right now, right now." And I'm like, "Well, I'm at the mall with my mom. It's Saturday afternoon." She goes, "Well, can you at least get it done this afternoon?" So I'm like, "Fine, So I told my mom, I said, "We got to go home. I got to get this work done." Okay, fine. So reluctantly, my mom went home, and we got home, and so went home, got the work done. It took me like an hour. That's great, Linda, hugging your pillow. Anyway, it took me about an hour to get it done. I emailed her. So now it's probably 5 in the afternoon on a Saturday. Emailed her. Didn't hear from her again. I didn't even hear from her on Monday, and I texted her or emailed her 2 more times. And I was so mad that I took time away from my day. So finally I said, "Did you get my email?" She goes, "Oh, yeah, I did. I haven't even had a chance to look at the information you've done yet." I'm like, "What?" I said, "I took time away from my day on a Saturday when I was spending quality time with my mom at the mall to leave to get your work done." She goes, "Oh, yeah, sorry about that." She was very nonchalant, and I was just so upset with her. And she really stressed me out. She was a client that, because she was such high energy, and that she was such high energy, I guess, and not very structured. She wasn't very structured at all, and it drove me crazy. I was her only virtual assistant. She was talking about hiring a bunch of other virtual assistants. And so I said to her, I said, "You know what, I think you need to hire another virtual assistant." "Nope, nope, nope, I just want you." So of course I'm like, all right, well, I got to feed her, I got to, keep giving her, because she paid good. She was always good about paying, because she knew she was high maintenance. Well, I was so frustrated with her. After a couple more weeks after that, I decided to fire her. And it took a lot of guts to do that, because I'd never fired a client before. I didn't know what firing a client, high maintenance. She was really high maintenance. I didn't know what firing a client meant. And so I talked to a couple other virtual assistants that I knew, and they said, "You just have to tell her you can't work with her anymore." And I'm just going to tell you, it just pained me. I laid there awake for many nights wondering how I was going to tell her this, until one day, again, she had all these demands on me, and I said, "I don't have time." My client base was getting so much that I didn't have time to do all her stuff. And finally I said, "I'm sorry, I can't work with you anymore." And once that she got off my list, like I fired her, let me tell you, the doors just opened up. Because one of the things that I was worried about is I was worried about that I wasn't going to be able to replace that income, that I wasn't going to be able to, do the things I had planned on doing, and I traveled with her sometimes. But the opposite was true. Once I fired her, once I got that weight off my shoulders of her, it's like my whole business opened up and better clients came in. So sometimes you have to get rid of the good to go for the great. And that's exactly what happened. Is once I learned that my value was more than what she was giving me, then I knew then that I could take on this virtual assistant business. Because I had only been in business a year or two. I hadn't been doing that very long. And I was scared to death. But it was the best thing. One of the best things. And I remember when I was first told, just fire her. She's stressing you out, fire her. And I'm like, I don't think I can do that. I've never fired anybody before. But it pained me, and it kept me awake at night until finally I just got sick of it, and I just fired her. And it was the greatest feeling. And so ever since then, I kept my clients, I held them accountable. I held them accountable, and in return, I asked them to hold me accountable. So I held them accountable. So if they said they were going to do something, I said, hey, I haven't got this or that project, whatever it is we were working on at the time. And I still do that to this day. And I ask my clients to do the exact same thing to me. I say, hold me accountable. If I'm not doing what you want me to do, tell me. Just like I was a regular employee. Now, as a virtual assistant, I'm not an employee. I've been an independent contractor for years. But to them, I'm working on them because if they don't succeed, I don't succeed. And if I don't succeed, they don't succeed. So you have to look at it as a two-way street. My clients are like my babies. I want them to succeed, and I hold their information accountable. And I hold their information to what I would do as well with my business. So hey Susan, how you doing? So you have to hold your clients accountable, and like I said, ask them to hold you accountable. Just recently, just a week or two ago, I also do some voiceover work for some people. And that means I'm reading her book and I'm doing the voiceover for it. And I wasn't getting the information that I needed from her. And so I asked her, I said, I haven't received it. And she emailed me back. She was very sorry. She'll get it. Because we all get busy, and that's okay. But the best thing to do is have timelines. Because if you don't have timelines, sometimes that client could just kind of hold out there because, like I said, we all get busy. They could start getting busy doing something else. You could get busy doing other things. And then all of a sudden, you fall by the wayside. Nobody's fault, really. It's just how life goes. But the thing is, you got to hold each other accountable, and you have to have deadlines. I work really good on deadlines. I don't know about you guys, but I work really good on deadlines. And if a client tells me they want something done by March 30th at 5 o'clock, I'm going to have it done by March 30th at 5 o'clock. Or if they say they want it done by Friday at 5, I'll have it done by Friday at 5. I might be working on it at the last minute, but I'm going to have it done. And the same thing with my clients. If they say they're going to get me information like by Tuesday at 5, if I don't have it Tuesday at 5, I'll be emailing them or calling or texting, however it is I'm in contact with them. Because if they don't meet their deadline, I don't meet my deadline. And then I don't say fail, but we both don't collaborate together. And so I really tell you guys, if you have, I'm going to go back to the high maintenance client, and if that's somebody that you can't endure, go and refer them to somebody else, because it's going to make your life a whole lot better. And that's what I do with that gal I had to fire. My very first client I had to fire. I said, I know other virtual assistants who might be able to help you, because I'd already done my homework. I had already went and talked to those virtual assistants, and I said, this is the client that I have. Is this something you'd be willing to work on? Both of the gals said yes. So I said to my client, I no longer can work for you, but here's a couple people that I can refer you to. They were elated. They were elated. She was happy. I don't know if they ever worked out. I guess I think maybe one of them took her on for a little while, but she was very, like I said, she was very high maintenance, very ADHD. And no, thanks, Linda. I have to tell you guys, I got a little bit of the creepy crud tonight, so I apologize if my voice isn't up to par tonight, and hopefully it'll get better by this weekend. But again, you just really have to hold people accountable, and the only thing that's going to happen is you are going to get frustrated if you don't. And they might get frustrated at you, but you're going to be living in your word, and you're going to be living up to what you said, and you're going to bring value to that person, and you're going to bring value to that client. And then what happens then is they're going to refer you. They're going to refer you to other people. Liz, I've been dealing with feelings of inadequacy this week. I want to work with excellence. Suggestions? Okay, so tell me a little bit more about that, Liz. You want to work with excellence. You mean excellent clients or excellence within yourself? So tell me a little bit more about that. Yeah, you're right, Susan. It's a win-win. And when this client, way back, 10 years ago, when she was stressing me out, you would not believe how stressed I was. And it's like a weight lifted off your shoulder when you get rid of those stressful clients or stressful people in your life. Okay, excellence within yourself. Well, and I know the rest of the group can answer as well, but the thing is, don't strive for excellence. When I first started my virtual assistant business, I knew some stuff on the internet, but I knew nothing compared to what my clients taught me. And they asked me if I knew how to do things. And now at the age of YouTube and Google, we had it back then in 2005, but it's nothing like what it is now. You can go teach yourself all kinds of things on YouTube or Google, anything. The thing is, if a client asks you to do something, go figure out how to do it. That's what I did. I took the time and I researched those things at night, or I asked other people, because I was in a lot of different groups. Facebook really wasn't then, but I was in these other groups, and so I went and asked people how to do it. And they told me, because a lot of people, they've got enough work that they don't need to take on any other work, so they're willing to help you. And I think, Liz, the thing with you and all of us is, I think more than excellence, it's our fear of failure. And we don't want to be able to fail in front of other people. Yeah, and right there, I think it's because of the fear of failure. That's why you don't seek out new clients. But yet you're so talented, Liz, that you deserve to go seek out new clients. And you deserve other clients. That clients deserve you because you're so good at what you do. And it was really hard for me too. And it's really hard to go promote ourselves sometimes. And that's why I would get promotional material or things like that. So, and again, what I've talked about before is get your 30-second elevator speech. Get that 30-second elevator speech so when people ask you what you do, you've got something and you can tell them. Something that's going to intrigue them. Because when I was a virtual assistant, all I had to say was, I'm a virtual assistant. And they all look at you like, what? What's that? I always got the same look from everybody. And a lot of people go, oh, do you really mean that you're real? And I'm like, yes, I'm real. But the thing is, you want to start that conversation. You want that conversation to start with people. So you are worthy of it, Liz, and you don't have to have excellence. You just have to start. And with me, when I was on the computer, I know how to do Word. I knew just a little Excel. I didn't know a lot. I didn't really even know PowerPoint. I had clients teach me how to do it. My one client, she took me by the hand and she taught me how to do a lot of things. Or she showed me the resources where to go to get it. Now, I didn't even have high-speed internet when I first started my business. I didn't have high-speed internet. And after 6 months, my very first client says, I think maybe you need to go get high-speed internet. And I was scared to death. I didn't have a lot of money. I just started this business. I was still working a full-time job. But guess what? I went and got high-speed internet because I knew that's what I needed for my business. And that client today she was my very first client, and she's still my dear friend today. It's just those type of people that will come into your life that you just never know. Now, I've had many, many, many clients who have come and went. Come and went, and you do one project for them, they're in and out, they're done. But other ones stay, and they stay for a long time till the point that I finally, when I closed down my virtual assistant business, or I still do some of it part-time, but when I was really full-time, they stuck with me through thick and thin, and I stuck with them through thick and thin. And those are the clients I always wanted to keep. The other clients, again, there was many clients that I had to fire. And because they didn't hold themselves accountable. And I didn't hold them accountable. And then they didn't hold me accountable. So when you start to take control of your own business, you're gonna make your clients be held accountable. Because you know what? You know you're worthy, and you know that people are out there looking for you. I advertised my virtual assistant business for about a year. And after that, I didn't have to do any more advertising. It was all word of mouth referral. And that's the best type of referral you can get. And I told my clients up front that we have to have a joint mission together to be able to work each other's businesses. They want to help me, I want to help them. And because we're both independent business owners, that our businesses both will take off because we're helping each other. And that's what I want for you guys. Oh, good, Linda. Oh, good. I'm glad you're friends with Nomi. Nomi was my guest on my radio show this last week. So, yeah, Nomi was amazing. She is awesome. So, again, you got to, even on my radio show, I hold my guests accountable. I've had a couple people who've, we booked it out, we booked them on the show, and then they haven't showed up. Or I went to email them, but you know what? Their loss, not mine. I just, either I found another client or another guest, or I did it myself. Because I know the worthy of my show. I know the worth of my show. I know I've told you guys, but I'm heard now in 24 different countries and all over the world. So I know the worth of my show, so I still now hold my guests accountable. And that's what we have to do. And it all just takes practice. Because if I wouldn't have fired that one client years ago, eventually I probably would have, or else I probably would have been on a lot of medication because of it. And I'm so glad I took the determination to do what I needed to do. I even talked to my other clients. I said, what do I do? This client is, she's stressing me out. So I took the advice of others. And they really did help me. And so that's what you guys need to do too. You just hold your clients accountable. Because they're going to succeed and you're going to succeed. And Liz, you are awesome, all right? I'm just going to tell you, you are awesome. You have so much to contribute to your clients, and they deserve you, and you deserve them. And you are awesome at what you do. And ladies and gentlemen, if you need, she writes blog posts, she's content, she's awesome. So yeah, if you need any help with that, go out to Liz, because she will be the one for you. Linda, you take care of yourself, my dear. You give your granddaughter hugs and your pillow hugs, and I hope you're doing well as well. I hope you're doing well. I hope you all are doing well. I hope you all have had a great day. And I hope, this has really helped you with, dealing with clients. I have a lot of people come to me about publishing. I have a lot of people come to me about other things that I do. Oh, Liz, you're awesome. And your encouragement means the world to me as well. And don't let anybody ever dim your sparkle. Because you are so talented and you have come so far in the short time that I've known you that you're going to have clients eating out of your hands one of these days. Hey, Jocelyn, how you doing? So you're going to have clients eating out of your hands. You just have to put yourself out there and get those clients to you. Because you will do awesome. All right? You're doing awesome now. So you just have to keep at it. There are days that I still get frustrated. There are days that, as solo entrepreneurs, that's what happens. We're working our business. We have to keep going, though. We have to keep going one step in front of the other. And if this isn't working one time, then you go try something else, and you go with what works. But it's all trial and error. It really is. It's all trial and error. And then also don't reinvent the wheel. Go find other people who have done it bigger, bolder, and better than you have, and follow in their footsteps. Another thing I would say to do, if this resonates with you, but go volunteer with somebody who has done it, what you want to do, and then follow them. Ask them if you can follow them for a day. You know, maybe you'll take them out for lunch or buy them coffee or something. But do something that you can follow them for the day and walk in their footsteps with them. Because they love it. They love to have people come and follow in their footsteps. Because every successful entrepreneur that I know wants to help the next people coming in. So, thank you, Linda. You're so good. I apologize that my voice is kind of crackly tonight. I do have my tea. And so, yeah, you guys are the best to me. And I appreciate all of you for being on here, and I appreciate all of you for listening to me. I just want you guys to all succeed. I know some days it can be hard, but you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. And remember, you are in charge of your business. So hold your clients accountable. It's hard to do sometimes, because sometimes they can be a pain in the behind. But it's, with my virtual assistant business, I did it for 10 years. And it was worth every ounce of energy I put into it. All right? You guys have a great night. Linda, thank you so much. You're the greatest. Isn't she the greatest? Linda, you're the greatest. And Jocelyn, thank you so much for joining on. You guys have a great night. Okay, I don't know if I'll be on tomorrow. Hey, happy St. Patty's Day tomorrow. I almost forgot. Yeah, hope you guys have a great time. I don't know what you guys have planned, but I know we're having a parade, I think, on Saturday. So you guys have a great St. Patty's Day. Depending on how I feel, if I'll be on tomorrow night or not. But if not, I'll be on the next few days. All right? You guys take care. What do I always say? You are stronger than what you give yourself credit for. So go forth and be great. All right? You guys have a great night. God bless. Good night.